Oracle is throwing its hat into the ring as a new contender for the US operations of TikTok. The San Francisco-based software company controlled by billionaire Larry Ellison has approached other investors as well. Venture capital firm Sequoia Capital is said to be one of them. And the move could pose a challenge to Microsoft's talks with ByteDance, that's TikTok's parent. Twitter had also been named as an interested party. President Donald Trump has given the Chinese company 90 days to divest the video app before facing a ban in the United States. And for more analysis on the TikTok deal, we're joined by Howard Yu. He's professor of IMD Business School from Hong Kong. Professor, Oracle seems to be this grand old dame when it comes to when you compare it with the likes of a tech giant like Twitter. Why is it joining the fray now?
It is a highly unusual situation. If you think about Oracle, this is essentially a B2B organization selling database services to big clients. And I think fundamentally, Oracle really is under pressure to generate new growth. They need a new story to tell. I mean, their core business is under threat by all these cloud-based services providers from Amazon, Google, and Microsoft. So right now, you have this huge opportunity of a TikTok that targeting a new segment of the market, teenager. So this is why Oracle would be interested. They need the next growth engine. I think that this is fundamentally the reason why.
Well, they've got a tough battle on their hands, Professor. Microsoft has been described as the favorite among the three suitors. Is that still the case, given that Oracle's entrance and possibly VC money?
No doubt. I mean, at IMD, when we work with senior executives, we always remind people the failure rate of acquisition. Over 70% of these acquisitions eventually doesn't pan out the way acquirer thinking about from day one. So if you compare Oracle versus Microsoft, who is going to be more successful after the acquisition in terms of integration, we've got to think about the innovation powerhouse. And Microsoft, over the last 5 years, they do have good track record. They have moved their core offering to subscription model. They have all this augmented reality, the game, and etc. So they have proven themselves as the ability to really reinvent again and again. So I would give the credit to Microsoft. If they were to win, they would be the one who are much more suitable to scale TikTok going forward.
Well, it looks like politics is driving corporate strategies perhaps more than ever before. How do you think this deal will ultimately play out? I mean, will we see more similar cases going forward?
I think this is where the business community are really worried about going forward, right? The whole idea about TikTok being banned in the US is all issued by executive orders driven by the White House. There is no policy debate. There is no open inquiry, and there is very little in terms of open dialogue between the business community as well as the government. So we have to remember businesses only thrive over the long run when there is rule of law, transparency, and stability. Whether it's startup in Southeast Asia or Silicon Valley or Shenzhen, we could only invest if there is clear roadmap going forward. So what is under threat right now is the very stability which makes company able to thrive. And I think this is the biggest stake in hand at the moment.
Okay, thank you very much for your thoughts this evening, Professor Yu. That was Howard Yu, Professor of IMDb Business School, joining us live from Hong Kong.